The agricultural revolution was one of the many factors that caused the Industrial Revolution. It was started unofficially when lords started to enclose their farms, making peasants work for the lord for lease, or find a job in towns. This was then followed by the invention of the Jethro Tull's seed drill, then the Rotherham plough, and both of which greatly reduced the amount of labour needed to plant crops. Later a lord named Charles Townshend introduced the four-crop rotation system, which included the four-crops wheat, barley, turnip, clover, which made the crops yield higher produce. This allowed for the beginning of a marketplace, in which excess crops could be sold to make a profit, not only in food but also in textiles. This commercial opportunity not only brought about local markets, but also the need for foreign markets. The increase in food also leads to a longer life expectancy, increasing from around 30 years to 60 years old. People in England began to increase in height as well, over generations of course. As less farmers were required, the farmers moved to town to pursue jobs in factories. The rise of factories is often attributed with the invention of the flying shuttle, which greatly increased the efficiency of the weaving process. This made the need for faster spinning of thread, to keep with the weaving process. This need was satisfied with the spinning jenny, patented by James Hargreaves, which was able to handle 8 spindles of yarn at once, resulting in the average worker to be able to produce 8 times the amount of yarn it usually did. This also allowed unskilled workers to produce quality textiles, which reduced labor costs and meant that it was easy to find work in textiles. Later, in 1769, Richard Arkwright patented the water frame, followed by many other inventions which many claim he didn't invent. The work in the factories provided more jobs on offer, and meant that not only could the peasants whom had recently worked as farmers, but women and children, as they could be paid less than a man, or for the children, nothing at all. The factories drew in new families to the towns and cities, but the cities were unhygienic, lacking housing and services to look after the surplus of population. The first use of the steam engine was in the coal industry as to remove the buildup of water in the tunnels. This machine, invented by Thomas Newcomen, was able to pump water of deeper depth, but was highly inefficient and wasn't able to be adapted to other machinery. James Watt invented a new steam engine which used a flywheel to create energy, rather than a large beam. The flywheel created reliable and constant power in a way akin to the water wheel, and required less fuel to make it turn. These machines got bigger and bigger, creating more energy but requiring larger factories to house them. The steam engine also led to the creation of steam-powered trains, allowing for greater travel of people and transport of goods. As well as trains, there were steam-powered boats, which meant that England could travel around the world faster and colonize more land. The British Empire was the largest empire ever known to exist, colonizing over a quarter of the globe. And even before the Industrial Revolution, Britain had established reliable trade routes to its colonies. The colonies provided an abundance of materials that the British didn't have, like cotton, tea, tobacco, spices, wool, and whale oil. The improvements made during the Industrial Revolution allowed Britain to have cheap energy and the use of iron to build things. The abundance of cheap energy gave way to new industries, in which businesses reinvested profits to make the machines more efficient and provide greater quality material. The British Parliament also passed laws that encouraged new businesses. The Parliament also passed navigation laws that forbade anything that was not British to travel the goods from the colonies to Britain. Due to better iron processing, the British developed iron-hulled ships capable of carrying more cargo. They also included the steam engines into the ship, making them capable of carrying passengers around the world. The Industrial Revolution provided great wealth for Britain, but in the process destroyed, massacred and enslaved hundreds of thousands of indigenous people, displacing them from their land. The environment has also been greatly affected due to the large amounts of CO2 produced by the burning of fuels,